Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name's Steps Basic, and with me once again is the illustrious Bubble Ninja.
Hello.
And welcome back to Portal Knights.
But yeah, going back to what I was talking about before, what we were chatting about with Resident Evil, I have confirmed my hypothesis based off of your input this morning.
What's that?
You were talking about weak points, and I've noticed some of the zombies, they've got, like, you could tell the injuries, like maybe one got their nose bit off or something. Well, if you aim for that general area, like let's say their nose is bitten off, and you fire like 3 rounds in that area, their head will split in half and they'll fall over dead. Yeah, I saw that. I almost fell too. But
anyway.
The other part about that is, though, is some of the models don't have any head trauma, so that's why you have to use the extra bullets. Because you have to make your own head trauma with the bullets. Because apparently, when you're zombified, the T-virus turns your skull iron hard.
That makes sense.
It doesn't, considering Brent. Okay, I'm going to use a reference point in the actual cutscenes. When you're trying, you actually saw it in the demo. When you're trying to crawl out from underneath that aluminum shutter, Branagh smashes the zombie's head with that shutter, and I don't think those shutters are that heavy.
God damn it! Watch out!
No, don't think so.
He pretty much smashed the guy's head like it was a rotten melon.
Oh yeah. Not even just that part, you know. The fact, you know, shooting their heads the way you do and seeing them pop, and like the one dude hanging from the pipe.
Yeah, his head splits.
Yeah.
Which
really.
I'm glad that he didn't, like, you know, come back.
Yeah. Because sometimes they come back.
Yeah.
I noticed nobody's been playing the Claire side, the Claire A side, and I'm kind of disappointed in that.
Well, if you think about it, the way they have it set up is they pretty much just relegated Claire as a support character. They pretty much just said that it's Leon's story. And if you look at the clear time for how long each scenario is, it's, I believe, 8 hours for Leon's and only 4 hours for Claire's. So they have already doubled the amount of playtime for Leon compared to Claire. So they have cemented her in as a side quest.
I always played her first back in the day.
Well, back in the day, both characters had full-fledged scenarios.
Yeah.
Now, they pretty much have just said, yeah, like I said, Claire's secondary, and it's Leon's story.
Now, is that just like a B version? Because I know the B version was always shorter.
I don't know. All I know is that you have to play both scenarios, or both characters, in order to get the true ending.
Yeah.
So
that hasn't changed.
I only started on Leon's side mainly for the fact that Leon's one of my favorite characters in the mythos, so...
Well, that makes sense. Start with what you like. Also start with what you know. Yeah, my favorite in the story was, I mean, apart from Jill. Jill was my favorite back in the day. But, like, in this, in 2 was always Claire. I have a thing for the ladies, I guess.
I could never get past the whole Jill sandwich joke.
Help me, please! The door won't open! Quick!
Stay away from the door, Jill. I'm gonna kick this door down. Hurry! This way!
Oh, Barry!
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
You're right.
I'm gonna tell you one thing though, the pre-order bonuses for Resident Evil 2, sorely disappointed in.
Yeah, I mean, I watched Mark play through with his, and I'm like, He did the Samurai Edge with Leon.
you don't get the Leon custom Samurai Edge. You get Chris and Jill's, and if you get the extra,
sorry, did I say
the
Leon?
collector's edition.
I meant Chris. I didn't pre-order, so I'm not, you know.
I pre-ordered at the last second, like basically right before I was heading into work.
Yeah, I'd say that's the big game of the at least of the game season is the Resident Evil.
Yeah, I mean it's fun. Like I told you, they did really good with the horror aspect. I'm having like mini panic attacks from playing it.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much causing me like a lot of
undue stress.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I wanna do good in the game, but at the same time, it's just I'm freaked out about it. So
Yeah. I'm liking it. I can't wait till I can actually play it for reals.
and then they've got what else was it? I don't know what I'm gonna do when Tyrant comes around.
Ooh. Yeah.
I'm having a bad enough time with the liquor, like coming up with them.
Yeah. Knowing that they're lurking around the corner somewhere.
I'm glad that they introduced the stealth aspect.
Yeah.
Being able to sneak by them. That's a good bonus.
As much as they say it was in the second game back in the beginning, it wasn't.
It really wasn't.
No.
That's because of the way the AI was set up. It was the moment you entered the room, all the enemies knew you were there.
Yep.
There was a 19-year-old in France. I just saw the news pop up on my phone. Basically, he got the smart aleck idea to pay for a PS4 Pro by printing out a fruit sticker. I guess like what they do, how they get the barcode for produce in Europe is they weigh it and then it prints out the barcode for the price and the weight. And he slapped the sticker on the PS4 and went through a self-checkout and ended up paying only $10 for his PS4 Pro.
Wow.
And then he turned around and basically sold it for like 114 bucks.
Jeez.
So he made a $100 profit. But apparently it was for like a train ticket or something. And he apparently got 4 years of prison sentence for that.
Well,
because he was going to try and do it again. And he got caught at the store trying to do the second round. But apparently the 4 years was suspended, so the only way he's going into jail is if he tries to repeat offend again.
Well, guess I'll show you.
Hopefully learn.
Don't press your luck.
No, that hurt.
I apparently pulled the boss.
So I almost got Leon killed for the first time in my part 2.
Nice.
Yeah, I got bit by a flaming zombo.
Oh, jerks.
So I got fire damage on top of poison damage.
Yeah. Nami.
You like my my commentary of, oh, don't mind the neck bite. I'm not infected.
Yeah. Oh, just don't pay any attention to that. It's fine.
You all right?
I still have the bite mark on my neck.
I like that. Yeah. Oh, the bite's still there.
Yeah. Apparently that works for everything. Like if you get slashed by a liquor, it'll show the slash mark on wherever you got cut until you heal up.
Nice.
I read up on certain game mechanics. I didn't read up on the storyline per se. I was trying not to spoil any of that action.
Yeah.
Of course, it's kind of hard with seeing all the Mr. X memes that have been popping up out of nowhere. I know the storyline because I own the book series of the actual games, not the movies.
Yeah. The good part.
The Mia Jovovich world, the actual Capcom created, mythos.
Yeah.
The real stuff.
Yeah. I played... I feel like there's one game... I know I haven't played any of the Revelations, but, I played most of the games, so I'm kind of familiar with the storyline to everything.
Oddly enough, the only games I played were the Time Crisis / House of the Dead Railgunner games.
The ones that we played on the Wii?
Yeah, the ones that we played on the Wii. Those are the only two that I played. And I bought those games back again, by the way.
That's good.
'Cause I have a Wii U, so I got those games again.
Those were fun.
Yes, they were. A lot of people didn't like them. They said that they were really crappy, and I'm like, I mean, they're arcade games, you know.
Yeah.
You can't really. That's like perfect for the Wii because it's a motion tracking console.
Yeah. And
What
it's
did you expect, like, them to have the way it's set up for like 0 through Code Veronica?
Yeah. And I remember, you know, like, it just worked so perfectly. It really took me back to the days when we used to play things like that in the arcades.
Yeah.
Well, not you and I.
The storyline, the storyline was fun. You know, it was engaging. Yeah. It pretty much followed what it was supposed to.
Mm-hmm. Didn't feel like I was getting cheated out of anything.
Stuff. Yeah. And the Samurai Edge actually was pretty decent.
Yeah. Cough, cough. I was telling Potato Nana about the easy mode handhold that they would do back in the day with the Resident Evils. If you played the game on easy mode, they would give you like this massive arsenal of amazing guns.
Oh, well, I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of hand holding, if you die multiple times in the remake, I believe that it'll either recommend that you drop down to easy, or it will automatically drop you to easy, and you have to reset it to normal.
Yeah, they did that to Jack in his video.
Oh, he died a lot.
Yeah.
I haven't watched his yet because I haven't watched anyone, so I don't want to spoil it for myself.
Yeah, I would recommend, because you haven't played it yourself, so I'd recommend definitely waiting. Because I'm so familiar with the story, I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. But there have been a few things. I know the story.
Yeah. I know the story. I mean, except for anything that they retcon, like, you know, Leon not having a Magnum anymore.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, Claire having a revolver this time instead of a Browning, or whatever it's called.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, Claire being the secondary character, since she's only looking for her brother. Which, you know, it was the same premise, but it just feels like they made her a bit character. She's not, like, actually, you know, one of the main characters is his sister.
I'm gonna be kind of disappointed, because I'm gonna play through hers first, like I usually do. And if they don't have, like, all of the story bits that were important to her character, I'm gonna be really annoyed.
Well, I know Sherry's gonna be in it because, you know, one of the first things I do whenever I pick a game up is I look at the trophies just to see what I'm up against. Maybe do some challenges. I'm probably only gonna do one challenge. Oh no, I'll probably do a couple of challenges for the remake. It's just the game is so difficult as it is, because I'm not the best shot to begin with, and without any, you know, usable melee, I'm going to use that term loosely because as a combat knife, I don't consider melee since it's got so horrible durability on it.
That's terrible.
That was horrible. That was a bad change. If you were doing that, you should have been Capcom should have at least made it able to fistcuff.
Yeah. I think they definitely should have.
You don't want to put your hands anywhere near the mouth of the zombie or, you know, claws of a licker or whatnot. You should still be at least able to swing, sucker punch, something, kick.
Yeah. I mean, like in 4, Leon could kick like nobody's business. The dude abides. The dude abides. But yeah, Leon he could kick like nobody's business in 4.
Yeah, that roundhouse kick that took heads off.
Mm-hmm. He learned from Chuck Norris.
Or from Peter.
Yeah.
Roadhouse.
Yeah, and you know, I think I know 4 was going less for the survival horror and more towards the action adventure, but I still feel like there were a few aspects of that game that really could have worked well in the new game.
I mean, come on, what was it? They had enough horror aspect in it with the one-shot enemy mechanics, like with the doctor, the chainsaw dude, the The Leatherface wannabe.
Yeah, I hated that guy. I hated that guy. Always
Call him
showing up.
Sackhead.
Yeah. Always showing up, messing up my day.
I never played them. I've only watched playthroughs.
You know, unpopular gaming opinion, I actually was not a fan of 4.
Because of the action-y change
Yeah,
up.
I mean, that and it just didn't really feel Resident Evil. I mean, it wasn't zombies per se, it was granados.
Plaga, yeah. Yeah.
Las plagas granados. And
Ganados, yeah.
it just didn't feel like zombie game to me. It just felt like
you must
another...
not like the CG movies that came out recently because they're all centered around plagas.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't watched them because of that. I've been meaning to, and I'm like, I'll watch it eventually, because it's Resident Evil, and I'm nothing if not loyal to brands.
I watched Degeneration, and I watched the one that was in the... I watched 2. One was a European campaign, and the other one was in an airport. I think Degeneration was the airport one.
I remember
I watched
Degeneration,
those two.
actually. Yeah, I think I've seen Degeneration, and I actually kind of, I enjoyed it. It was enjoyable.
I was about to say, that one wasn't centered on plagas. That was T-Virus. Well, that was G-Virus, as I say.
Yeah, that one was enjoyable. I want to watch that one
Especially
again.
when Claire got to sucker punch the senator.
Yeah. I did see that Capcom is going to be releasing like sub-stories, not with the main characters, but playing as other characters, like the gun shop owner and,
Oh, Kendo.
yeah, and,
Yeah, he wasn't in there.
yeah, and, you know, I'm not sure if they completely changed Claire's opening, but that's where she was supposed to go at the beginning, wasn't it?
I think it doesn't matter. I think you go either way for both of them.
Yeah.
I think both of them ends up going to through Kendo's,
Yeah.
just at different times.
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of which, how do you like my other commentary?
Yeah, lock that up so Claire can't get in. You selfish bastard.
Way to be a jerk, Leon. Just keep locking that gate so she can't get in.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much just leave her for dead.
Whoops. Yeah.
Nice call.
Thanks. It's like nobody cares about Claire. We'll just leave her out there. She'll be fine.
Apparently, the music composer for The Last of Us series, he said in a tweet that the release date for Part 2 is extremely soon.
Oh. You know what's funny? Another unpopular gaming opinion.
What's that?
Because I don't know if you've seen the trailer for it, right? The one with Ellie
Yes.
dancing with that girl.
Yep.
And it's funny because everyone I know who watched that was like, "Oh my God, look, Ellie's got a love interest and everything." And I'm watching it, and I'm like, "I don't trust this woman. This woman's got something shifty about her." And I'm like, maybe it's the dad in me. Maybe it's the dad in me.
I thought something different along the lines is, how is Ellie having a relationship when she's an asymptomatic carrier? All it takes is for her to like kiss her, and she's a friggin' mushroom head.
Yeah, freaking 28 days later.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch that 28? Was it 28 weeks later?
Weeks later.
Yeah.
It's weeks later. Yeah, and I watched both of them. They're one of my favorite. I love that genre.
Oh, so amazing.
I wish they had made more of the movies. I wish they had adapted more of the comic into the movies.
Yeah.
If that ever became a real thing, I'd eat a bullet. I'm not even gonna try and survive that.
Yeah, no,
They're running, and it takes a drop of blood just to infect you in under 10 seconds. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and kiss a gun.
Mm-hmm. There's just no chance. I mean, no way to survive that situation.
They pretty much don't get tired. The only way to kill them is either, like, severe trauma, head trauma, and or letting them starve to death, which is, takes a while. I'll starve to death long before they do.
Yeah.
That is actually one of the few horror movies that, like, as I got older, actually made me, wince or flinch.
Yeah.
The other one was Silent Hill, which that was like one of the rare video games set to to movie that actually succeeded.
Yeah. And I like the first movie. The first movie was good.
Second one was okay. It was,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that was more along the lines of them going, "Oh my God, we actually got it going. Let's continue."
Yeah.
And they, you know, kind of rushed it. A little bit, so.
Suffered from sequelitis.
Yeah.
And I feel like that one could have been so much better. But it wasn't bad, like you said. It was good, but it wasn't, you know, as good as it could have been, in my opinion.
It's just like with, what was it? Spirits Within.
Spirit Within.
When that came out.
Mm-hmm.
When it first came out, I'll admit, I wasn't too fond of it because I'm a big Final Fantasy buff, and I was like, this does not follow any Final Fantasy game other than the fact that one of the guys' names is Sid. Whoa! And there's crystals.
Always Sids. Always crystals.
So, yeah, and then after, you know, letting go of that bias, I was like, that was actually, you know, one of the first fully CGI's, you know, animated movies, and it was revolutionary for its time. Evidently, you know, it has suffered through the ages in terms of quality.
Yeah.
It doesn't hold up, but it was fairly engaging.
Yeah. I actually had I had the novelization of the movie too.
I didn't even know that they novelized it.
Yeah. It was one of those where the movie came first. But I got the book before I got the movie. Which was kind of funny.
The funny thing was, you know how I said I wasn't a fan of the movie when it first came out?
Uh-huh.
I think that's the only movie I actually saw in theaters twice.
Yeah. I was hyped for it when it came out. And, oof.
I was hyped for it too, because I mean, like that was like right after Final Fantasy 7 too, or something like that.
Yeah.
Or was it 10?
Yeah, that was right after 10. Ah, fell off.
Now I'm gonna go ahead and say, you're probably not gonna like me for that. I'm not a fan of 9. That one it's kind of like the same premise of the reason why I stayed away from Kingdom Hearts for the longest. Well, stayed away from Kingdom Hearts, period, was it felt too kiddie-ish. You know?
Yeah. It's like, you can always tell, yeah, I don't know if you really so much call it an age thing, but you can always tell when somebody joined the franchise by their favorite Final Fantasy. It's like, my favorite Final Fantasy is 7, but I will always give a special place in my heart to 4, well, 2/4, depending on which one. Yeah.
4 was my favorite.
Yeah.
Cecil, or Cecil,
yeah,
and Kane.
And that
Actually,
one was technically the first one. No, not even technically. It was the first one where one of your characters died. Well, I think 2, but 2 never came to the States until later.
Yeah, that one didn't come out until Game Boy Advance. Yeah, 4 was because Tella died. Yeah, I heard the after story was actually really horrible.
I was looking at the reviews on Steam for it too, and like, I still want to get it because, well,
Right, me too, because it's Final Fantasy and it's story.
But geez, a lot of people were like, this was completely unnecessary and very disjointed.
I have to say, hands down, my favorite character was Rydia.
Oh, she was amazing.
Yes.
Because I mean, she was, barring Cecil, the most dynamic character.
Cecil kind of... Cecil fell into the trope of the Final Fantasy series of the main character that's brooding and, oh my god, I'm so wrong, I'm bad, you should stay away from me, I will get people killed, I am such a failure, I can't save the world.
The dark hero.
Oh, I have to save the world.
Yeah.
Basically, Cloud 1.0.
Uh-huh. Cloud before Cloud.
Yeah.
And it was kind of funny, though, because how many times they had Kane betray you in that. I just kind of got tired of it.
You always take him back.
I'm like, come on, man.
First he betrays you because he wants to save Rosa. Then he betrays you because he's being mind controlled. It's like, make up your mind. I think he betrays you again in After Story.
I mean, it's like, come on. There's being friends and then there's being stupid.
Frenemies.
Yeah. Oh. It was funny because after the second time I played through the game, I just named him Traitor.
Yeah, nice. Can you guess what my first Final Fantasy was?
I'm gonna say 8.
No, way off.
1.
No.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I didn't start with an NES.
You're not as good as me.
My very first Final Fantasy is actually an embarrassing one.
Oh, I remember. Oh, yeah.
It was so bad, it was called the US edition. I'm not kidding. It was called Final Fantasy US. And otherwise known as Mystic Quest.
Mystic Quest, yes, that's the one.
That was my very first Final Fantasy game. That was actually my very first introduction to JRPGs.
Oh.
So I got introduced to JRPGs with training wheels.
Mm-hmm.
Literally.
Yeah, mine was 1, but I also played Dragon Warrior before I played Final Fantasy. Oh, Dragon Warrior, now that was a good series right there. Whee!
Yeah.
Alright, well, I think it's about time for us to wrap up our podcast.
Portal Knights?
We'll call it Reminiscing.
Yeah, reminiscing / debating.
Rants and Reminiscence. Alright, well, I'm going to do the outro thing. You ready for it?
Hey, Roger Dodger.
I took my hood off, so now you can see my little frilly hair on the top. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us for our live stream of Portal Knights. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please go and poke that like button for us. If you'd like to see more from us, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and of course, as always, you're more than welcome to leave a comment down in the comment section down below, and we will get back to you as soon as we can, when we can, if we can, you know all that jazz, and tune in next time for more rants and raves. And until then, you can say bye now.
Later, everyone.
Good night.